we're going to be unboxing the American Express Gold Card. But the Rose Gold, which was a limited edition that was available up until November 23rd, 2018. They sent me this solicitation back then. I applied, I received the card. I never received the card on time. They had to send me another card and I got mail late. So I'm able to do the unboxing 2 years after the fact. Cue the music. So this is what I received in the mail from American Express. And let's talk about some of the benefits that they were offering at the time. And this is 2 years ago. This isn't now. We'll talk about some of the new benefits that they're offering later on. They were offering, let's see, 50,000 points after spending 2,000 on eligible card purchases within the first 3 months. That's about $500, I guess that would interpret to the 50,000 points. You get receive 20% as a statement credit at participating U.S. restaurants within the first 3 months. So you were getting 20% back as a statement credit for the first 3 months, which was really nice, up to $100. So within the first 3 months, you could get $100, which was kind of cute too. The big thing where they reconfigured the card was for everyone to receive 4X at U.S. restaurant. So about 4% back on your purchases, 4% back at supermarkets capped at 25,000, and 3 times the points, 3% back if you book your flight with American Express Travel or directly through the airline. They also offered a $100 dining credit if you use the credit at like Grubhub, Seamless, if you make purchases through Grubhub, Seamless, Ruth Chris, and Shake Shack or something like that. I don't know if all of them are still signed up or if you can still use them. They also gave you the ability to pay over time. So for purchases of $100 or more. That changed this from a charge card to a little bit of a credit card. Charge card being you've got to pay your balance in full every month, which is traditional, historical, antiquated American Express. They've now cycled over the past couple years. I don't know if it's for everybody, but for a lot of people, to being a credit card, where if you're charging over $100, you can carry a balance and they collect some interest. So that's probably a good business decision on their part because they're able to cap in on the interest side instead of just being like a members only club where all they're getting is the membership fee. But they took some risk on that, but it was an internal decision they made a couple of years ago. So this is what I received in the mail. It was sent, I don't know if they sent it regular mail or how it was sent to me, but I never got it on time. So it came way, way after the fact. So let's open it up. And this is the fine print. And we'll talk about the fine print later on. Recycle all this stuff. Please remember to do that. How your American Express works, card member agreement, kind of explaining the details, use of the card, promise to pay. This is basically saying that you are the victim and you know you are the victim and protecting them, not necessarily you. And your reward life comes with more rewards. Earn more membership reward points with your gold card. So it's just, they reconfigured it to be a little bit more competitive. There was a dining card, I think it was Barclays or somebody came out with a dining card that was attached to like an Uber card, and it became a little bit more competitive where people were going to restaurants at that time a lot more. So I guess American Express might have had this in the works and Uber was first to market. But Uber's really reconfigured their card a whole lot. They've since added a benefit that's going to start in 2021, sometime this year, and similar to the $120 dining credit, which is pretty cool. They've added in 120 or some kind of dollar value to Uber or Uber Eats if you use that. Okay, so when I open it up, there's the card. It has a little contactless thing so you can touch, but sometimes they still make you sign. It's got the chip. It's a cute card. Membership since '88. That's cute too, but they still don't show love. Amazing. Underneath here is my address. So I'm on the other side of the card now. Has the number. Used to put CID in here, but I don't do that anymore. Maybe I will, I'm not sure, because you're tapping, so how can they ask? They don't even see the card many times, but sometimes they still ask for it. And then they want you to take this strip off when you call in or go to the mobile app to verify access. Okay. And there you have it. Okay. Recycle everything, if you can. Okay, so let's leave that there. Let's see, now, this is rose gold. It's always going to be rose gold, which was a promotion that they offered for a couple months. And I think it was a great marketing idea because people really went for it with the reintroduction of the card. They reconfigured the card a little bit, and it was a really nice idea on their part. And anytime I need a new card, they're always going to send me a rose gold card because it's not really gold. It's a plastic film that's on there. Graham Stevens cut his cards up once. I don't know why he did it, and I unsubscribed after that because if he was looking for content to make videos, I didn't need his advice. If he was going to just cut his cards up, it wasn't really smart. But many people have still decided to follow him, and some of the things that he says are very nice, I'm sure. But it's just a plastic film. It's not really gold. So all the gold that was ever mined, the phrase that you hear very often in the financial community is, all the gold that was ever mined is still around. It hasn't been destroyed. It's still around, which makes gold very different from Bitcoin. But this isn't gold. It's a plastic film, so it doesn't have to always be around. So let's talk about some of the benefits. I received a $50,000 point, would be nice, $50,000, 50,000 point membership benefit, which was about $500. Now I think right now they're offering a special of 60,000 points, which is really cool. I did have a little bit of an issue in that I received this solicitation in the mail, which was the reason I applied for the card. I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool. And that's a cute card, limited edition. Oh my gosh, it'll make me important to the world. So I'll apply for the rose gold version. It's only available till November 23rd. I will be exclusive. So I applied. I never received the points. I received some other things of the benefits, but I didn't receive the points. So I sent a letter to the group president, and somebody actually called me back, a person based in the US called me back and said, talk to me about the circumstance, and says, I'll make sure you get the points, and they apologized for the confusion. That was really good customer service. So thumbs up for you, American Express, on that. That was a really good experience, and I appreciate them doing the right thing. But keep in mind, I still had the $250 annual fee. So I still had to pay that. They made sure that was on that first bill, okay, every year. The bonus that they offer you is supposed to offset that. That's kind of the catfish. That's the clickbait, okay? The bonus, okay? It's a restaurant card, so you get about 4% back. You're not eating out a lot now. Most people probably aren't. If you are, you should not be. But the 4% back when restaurants are working, or if you do the home delivery, that's really nice too. I have used the Grubhub Credit every month. So the way that works is I get $10 a month. So if I use Grubhub for $10, they give me a statement credit for $10. So I get $120 a year from, let's call that Grubhub, because it's mostly Grubhub that I'm using. Now Grubhub owes me some money because I have endorsed them. And the only reason I really used Grubhub was because of this credit. It's not that their service is any better than Dash or whoever else is doing it. It's just because of this $10 credit. And I think Uber, whether you get in the car with Uber or you do Uber Eats, they're going to be offering a similar thing to this very early in the year. And if you eat out at Ruth Chris or you order from Ruth Chris, good for you. Ruth Chris is really nice if you're into steak, but cut back on the steak. It might not be, I mean, there's nothing wrong with steak, but some of the stuff they pump up the cows with. Unless you're doing the Kobe thing where they're massaging the beef or something like that. I don't know if they're doing that right now because of everything going on. And the 3 times points on flights. Now, the big thing with any credit card you really want to think about is your return on spend. That's a big issue. On spend. Are you getting back in your spending this $250? So that $120, if you use it every month. Now keep in mind, it's only $10 a month. So that's just $10 per month. So if you miss a month, you miss out. So you need to make sure you use this. That brings this down from $250 to actually more like a $130 annual fee, which is still high because there are no annual fee cards out there. So you kind of, if you want to maximize the benefits of a card, you've got to do the math. Okay, we talked about the new color. Very cool. Probably one of the greatest marketing schemes of the century, or of the decade at least. The charge card, it's a charge card. You're supposed to pay 100% every month. The fine print in the stuff that I've recycled, that's telling you that they might give you the ability to everything over $100 to pay over time with whatever interest rate they give you. But I might not like you at a certain point, so I'm going to change it. And you're going to have to pay everything that you owe me because they could change it at any time. And it's become a bit of a credit card. And pretty much most of your credit cards that you have could change it at any time that they want to. So the bill's always, as I said, going to start with a $250 annual fee. So now let's talk about, am I getting my return on spend? And what I want to make back is my $250 annual fee. That's what I want to get back. Because there are a lot of no fee cards out there. Okay. And if you're in a situation where you can't choose between a card, and I've been in this situation before, so I'm not preaching to you. I'm, preaching to myself too. But if you've been in a situation, you want to build credit. I understand that. But there are different ways of building credit. You don't necessarily have to get something that is considered a status card. You want something that's going to work best for your circumstance and your situation at that time. Okay, so let's get back to return on spend. And let's take a look at what I did in 2020. And this is after having the card for about 2 years. Okay, so in 2020, I spent, this is my spending on the card, $24,941.74. That's what I spent on the card. Okay. I received back in points, because this gives you points back. Some of the other cards give you cash back, but this gives you points. 26,381 points. And that's about, now that's a mash of the 4%, the 3%, the 1% on every other type of spending. So you've got to see what type of spending. And maybe it's not worth your time to think about this card for this card for that, this card for this. But if you have the time and you're a little bit OCD and you're going to get back a return on spend and that money is going to make a difference to you, big question. Will the money make a difference to you? And that's how much your time's worth, but it might. So in points, I got back 26,381. This is outside of the bonus they gave me. This is just a full year, 2020. That's about $240 $264. Let's round it up. So $264 was how much I received back in points. So I received more than my $250. Plus, I received the $120 dining credit. So that's for old school math, $384. Not bad. I did better than the $250. So I did $134 to the plus side. Very nice. Now, would I have done better with a 2% card on my, let's say, $25,000 of spending?